You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Fakile in for Annalisa Gale. We begin with a check of your forecast. Heading now with a live look that is the Kennedy Center on this dreary Friday afternoon and what's shaping up to be quite the gloomy start to the weekend.
Oh, Tosin, it's important to be patient. And meteorologist Damon Matson is going to tell us why. Damon, better days are coming.
Hey, Mark, there it is. I was waiting for you to tell Tosin. This is what you were talking about earlier at noon,
Absolutely.
too. That patience. It's key right now with this weather. I know. That live shot out there not looking great as we try to nudge our way into the weekend here. Your Friday evening likely to be cloudy across parts of the DMV, but at least for the most part, all the rainfall we had earlier on is over with. The last of any wet weather is down all the way toward the Fredericksburg area. Steadier rainfall can be found down near Richmond, just clipping by us here in the DMV, and a light shower just worked through parts of Fairfax County. But outside of that, things are looking up as we progress into the night. Now, one thing to note, if you want to be out and about trying to enjoy your Friday night with this drier weather on tap, it's chilly. We have temperatures only in the upper 50s, lower 60s for many of us. Now, we have a few more hours. That sun is likely to break out for a very short amount of time, which will try to keep us up into the 60s here. But as we head later into the night, it's going to get chilly, especially the more west you are from the district. So how cold are the temperatures going to get by Saturday morning? And with these clearing skies, does that mean we have sunny conditions on the way for this weekend? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
I will be patient and wait for that full forecast. Damon, thank you. We have tragic news at 4 as we are learning about a 2-year-old girl's death in Montgomery County.
And Tosin, we were told that she was left in the car for several hours. Montgomery County police were called to a home in the Wheaton-Glenmont area Wednesday afternoon. When they arrived, they rushed the child to the hospital. She was pronounced dead a short time later. The cause of death will be determined by a medical examiner, but we are told the case is not being investigated as a homicide.
To the district now, where President Donald Trump announcing on Truth Social that Fox News host Jeanine Pirro will be the next interim U.S. attorney for D.C.
And the move comes after the president pulled conservative activist Ed Martin's nomination. Martin had been serving in the position since January.
Yeah, D.C. News Now's Mariel Carbone live outside the federal courthouse. And Mariel, what caused the change in course?
Well, Tosin, the appointment of Martin certainly had a lot of pushback, not just locally by community members, but from Congress. You'll remember he was part of the Stop the Steal campaign after the 2020 election. But this new appointment, Judge Jeanine Pirro, is certainly supposed to see some criticism from activists here as well.
People here east of the river that want the same thing that Americans want everywhere. They want safety too.
Which is what Lamont Mitchell wants the latest pick for D.C. U.S. Attorney, Fox News personality Jeanine Pirro, to understand.
Being a TV analyst and being the top prosecutor of a city is two totally different jobs.
Mitchell is chair of the Anacostia Coordinating Council. The group was the first to hold a public forum with Ed Martin, Trump's original pick for D.C.'s top prosecutor. That meeting heated.
There was a lot of pushback on him.
Well, it's disappointing because, I know Eddie's very talented.
President Donald Trump pulling Martin's nomination this week after Republican Senator Thom Tillis said he wouldn't support Martin for the permanent job because he defended January 6 rioters. Thursday, Trump announcing Jeanine Pirro as the new interim D.C. U.S. attorney on Truth Social.
I think her background does help.
Alex Gangiatano is with The Hill and says Republicans may see Pirro as less controversial than Martin.
Because of his actions in the post-2020 election that a lot of Republicans want to distance themselves from. So I think they might, see that Ed Martin getting pulled as a win.
Pirro served as both a judge and district attorney in Westchester County, New York, before joining Fox News in 2006.
Whether you like Jeanine or not, she is certainly more qualified, and she has held a DA's job before.
And Judge Jeanine Pirro has been a loyal Trump supporter. Mark and Tosin, it is important to point out that she was named in a 2020 libel lawsuit along with Fox News by a voting technology company that accused them of making false statements about the 2020 election. Reporting live downtown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you for that report. And in a statement, a spokesperson for Fox News says Jeanine Pirro has been a wonderful addition to the Five over the last 3 years and a longtime beloved host across Fox News media. We wish her all the best in her new role in Washington. And there are more shakeups by the Trump administration. The head of the Library of Congress now being ousted by the White House.
And President Trump fired Carla Hayden over email last night. Her term was set to expire next year.
And she was confirmed by the Senate in 2016. Hayden was the first woman and first black woman to serve as a librarian of Congress. Some conservatives had accused her of promoting children's books with radical woke anti-Trump content. Following her firing, several Democrats publicly praised her, including Senate leader Chuck Schumer, who called her a trailblazer, a scholar, and a public servant of the highest order.
Also developing just weeks before the start of the hurricane season, the administration has replaced the acting administrator of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. Cameron Hamilton, the new acting FEMA head, David Richardson, will be an official from the Department of Homeland Security who appears to have no experience in managing natural disasters. Hamilton was removed from his position after he testified that he disagreed with the proposal to dismantle FEMA. President Trump has suggested that states should decide and lead in handling natural disaster response.
And caught on camera, a tree crushing this home in Northern Virginia. Thankfully, everyone inside was able to make it out safely. This is on Allison Circle in Fairfax. In the city of Fairfax, we're told a power line also went down. There's no word on what caused the trees to fall, but storms did roll through that area overnight. At one point, the incident left 100 Dominion Energy customers without power.
Happening now, a McDonald's in Fairfax County is banning indoor dining for those under the age of 21. Management says this comes after repeated instances of student violence. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is live in Franconia Road with more on what led up to this move.
Well, Mark, many customers say they've seen multiple fights inside this McDonald's here behind me, and Fairfax County Police say they responded to one just last week. Now, employees say they had to do this to keep their staff and customers safe. Before you enter this McDonald's on Franconia Road, you'll see a doorman and a sign warning dine-in service is closed to those under 21.
It's so bad in here. It's like a jungle when the kids come out.
McDonald's says it was forced to enhance safety measures after repeated incidents of student violence.
They don't have respect for themselves, let alone the restaurant or the employees. I've many times had to correct them, but they're always fighting. Not even fighting. I mean, they brought guns into the place and everything else.
Fairfax County Police said it responded to a call for multiple students fighting inside here just last week. But when officers arrived, the students had left the business and no injuries were reported.
I don't agree with it. I mean, kids get money too and want to eat. So, I mean, maybe you need a security guard.
McDonald's says the decision was made in partnership with local school officials and law enforcement.
A lot of this has stopped when the schools, the homes, and even McDonald's put some money back in the community.
Customers of all ages are still able to make orders via the mobile app, but some customers say the policy may be too extreme.
It's very extreme. It makes no sense. That starts at home. Parents need to check their kids.
And right across the street here is Thomas Edison High School behind me. Now, Fairfax County Public Schools says it encourages families to talk to their students about appropriate conduct in the community. Meanwhile, it's unclear how long this McDonald's policy will remain in place. For now, live here in Alexandria, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
Liberty, thank you. Staying in Virginia, Democrats slamming Governor Youngkin over his decision to slash a pilot program that would help families afford child care. Now cut from the state budget, a public-private partnership incentivizing businesses to help foot the bill for child care costs. Under the program, businesses would be reimbursed for contributing to their employees' child care costs.
Families don't have the luxury of waiting for political perfection. This was needed yesterday. I actually built my idea based off of something that happened in Kentucky. So this is tested. And, a lot of people thought this was a great idea. It passed with significant bipartisan support. So the governor is wrong on that, and he missed the mark, and he doesn't want to admit up to it.
Youngkin says the item would be, quote, best considered in a bill and at a small scale to determine program effectiveness.
A heads up, commuters, there's a Nats game tonight followed by a summer concert. That means that you can expect heavy traffic into the evening. And if you're headed through downtown D.C., you may want to plan ahead. First pitch is 6:45.
And happening this weekend, a flea market in Tacoma Park. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There'll be a mix of vendors selling jewelry, records, furniture, and homeware. There'll also be food trucks. Tacoma Porch is also on Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m. Several different musical artists will be playing.
Yeah, also happening this weekend, the Bethesda Fine Arts Festival. You can go on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's being held in Bethesda's Woodmont Triangle. Admission is free, and you can expect fine art, live entertainment, and restaurants.